Pope Francis recently announced that he's elevating 21 new members to the College of Cardinals. While he chose a diverse group from around the world, he did not elevate a single American. There are some excellent Catholic leaders all across the United States, and we're going to take a look at the top 7 American Catholics that Pope Francis could have elevated. Leave a comment with who you think should be in the College of Cardinals. Number 7. The Archbishop of Portland, Oregon, Alexander Sample. Sample was ordained a priest of the Diocese of Marquette and served at a variety of parishes in the Michigan area in the years after his ordination. From there, he went on to attend the Angelicum in Rome and earned a licentiate of canon law. Pope Benedict XVI elevated him to the role of Bishop of Marquette and then as the Archbishop of Portland in 2013. Sample has been critical of American presidents over the years. He expressed his disappointment and dismay over President Obama's stance on abortion and condemned what he saw as bigoted language against minorities from Donald Trump in the 2016 campaign. He has also stood firm against divorced Catholics receiving the Eucharist who have not had their marriages annulled. Number 6. The Archbishop of Boston, Massachusetts, Richard Henning. Ordained in 1992, Henning served as a parish priest in upstate New York and later went to continue his education at the Catholic University of America and the Angelicum in Rome. Pope Francis went on to appoint him as Auxiliary Bishop of Rockville Center, then as Bishop of Providence, and finally as Archbishop of Boston. The previous Archbishop of Boston, Cardinal Sean O'Malley, has been very close to Pope Francis and is one of the few Americans that have been elevated within the Church in recent years. Henning is philosophically in the middle of the road and hasn't taken up any controversial causes on either side of the spectrum. The Archbishops of Boston have consistently been made into cardinals throughout the 20th and 21st centuries. However, Pope Francis has been known not to follow normal conventions when creating cardinals. Number 5. The Bishop of Brownsville, Daniel Flores. Ordained in 1988, Flores was initially assigned as parochial vicar at Corpus Christi Cathedral Parish. In the year 2000, he received his doctorate in theology from the Angelicum in Rome. Pope Benedict XVI appointed Flores as the Auxiliary Bishop of Detroit, and then later as the Bishop of Brownsville. He has been a strong voice on the topic of immigration in the United States. He has called for the humanization of migrants crossing the border and not to view them as dangerous or criminals. Flores has also been vocal on the topic of gun control, saying that guns are as easy to obtain as aspirin and are instruments of death. He has also been elevated to a position to implement Pope Francis's synod approach as a means of decentralizing the power of the Pope. Flores seems to be in the mold of someone that Pope Francis would like to see in the College of Cardinals. Number 4. The former Archbishop of Philadelphia, Charles Chaput. In 1965, at age 21, Chaput entered the Order of Friars Minor Capuchin and made his solemn profession in 1968. He was ordained to the priesthood in 1970 and went on to serve in a parish in Colorado. Pope John Paul II appointed Chaput as the Bishop of the Diocese of Rapid City, then as the Archbishop of Denver, and finally as the Archbishop of Philadelphia. Though he led a historically important archdiocese and his 5 immediate predecessors were cardinals, Chaput has been passed up in every consistory. Currently, he's 80 years old and couldn't vote in a papal conclave, but it would not be unusual for him to be named as a non-voting cardinal. The Archbishop holds views that are moderate and generally non-controversial within the Church. Number 3. The Archbishop of San Francisco, Salvatore Cordileone. Ordained to the priesthood in 1982, he served in a parish in La Mesa, California, before acquiring his doctorate in canon law from the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome. In 2002, Pope John Paul II appointed Cordileone as the Auxiliary Bishop of the Diocese of San Diego. Pope Benedict XVI later named him as the Bishop of the Diocese of Oakland, and then as Archbishop of the Archdiocese of San Francisco. Cordileone is considered to be theologically conservative and has taken strong measures to oppose same-sex marriage, going as far as to help to draft and fund the Proposition 8 measure in California that opposed legalizing same-sex marriages. In 2022, Cordileone warned Nancy Pelosi in a letter that he would prohibit her from receiving Holy Communion unless she repudiated her promotion of abortion rights. Number 2. The Archbishop of Los Angeles, José Gomez. In 1978, Gomez was ordained a priest of Opus Dei and later went on to obtain a Doctor of Sacred Theology degree from the University of Navarre. Gomez worked in various parishes within Texas over a number of years before Pope John Paul II appointed him the auxiliary bishop of the Archdiocese of Denver. He was later appointed as the Archbishop of San Antonio, where he earned a reputation as an Orthodox leader who reversed some of the more liberal-leaning initiatives in the diocese. From there, Gomez became the Archbishop of Los Angeles and became the highest-ranking Latino Catholic in the country. Gomez has been very vocal against any attempt to legalize same-sex marriage and publicly questioned whether St. Mary's University in San Antonio should have allowed then-candidate Hillary Clinton to speak on campus. Many believe that it is his conservative theological positions and his background in Opus Dei that have prevented his elevation to the College of Cardinals. Every Archbishop of Los Angeles before him became a cardinal. Number 1. The Bishop of the Diocese of Winona-Rochester, Robert Barron. After significant Catholic education at the University of Notre Dame, the Mundelein Seminary, and the Catholic University of America, Barron was ordained a priest on May 24, 1986. After serving as an associate pastor of St. Paul of the Cross Catholic Parish in Park Ridge, Illinois, Barron became a professor of systematic theology at the University of St. Mary of the Lake. He held that position for over 20 years. In 2015, Pope Francis appointed Barron as auxiliary bishop in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. Then, in 2022, Pope Francis made him bishop of the Diocese of Winona-Rochester in southern Minnesota. Bishop Barron has also had an extensive media career. In the year 2000, he launched Word on Fire Catholic Ministries, a non-profit organization that supports his evangelistic endeavors. Barron's website hosts daily blog posts, weekly articles and video commentaries, and an audio archive of over 500 homilies. He has millions of followers across his social media platforms. In October 2010, Barron premiered a half-hour television show, Word on Fire with Father Barron. He is the first priest since Archbishop Fulton Sheen in the 1950s to have a regular national program on a commercial television network.